explore about edit read only fields means. So in last class when we checked about the field level security, field level security. So we discussed about, like, I removed the permission to edit the annual revenue. Okay, if you remember last class, do you remember? So I came to the, I clicked on here, okay, and I opened this, and for annual revenue field, okay, I unchecked this edit access. But when we logged in as that profile user, but still I am able to edit that annual revenue. The reason is, okay, we see as a system administrator or in a profile level, we have a separate superpower permission called edit read only fields. Okay, so if I have this enabled, okay, so that means even though I have made a field as required. So what do you mean by field as required? If I uncheck this edit access, that means that field will become the read only. Fine, right? So, but if I have this in my profile, if I have this checkbox as enabled, so even though my profile do not have edit access on the annual revenue, but still I am able to edit that field because I have this field enabled. Now I have this field disabled and I have disabled the edit access for the annual revenue. Now I will log in as this profile user and I will demo it to you whether I am able to edit the annual revenue field on account or not. So are you clear on this one so far?
Yes.
Okay. Now let me log in as this user. And we'll see whether he is able to edit the annual revenue field or not. See, this is annual revenue field is just an example. If you see, I have edit access for all the fields, but I don't have edit access for the annual revenue. So I'm not able to edit it. Now what I will do last time, okay, so last time, if you remember, let me log in as this user, sorry, log out as this user. I don't see that. Okay. Now I will log out as this user. So now let's focus on this checkbox. Now I have disabled the edit access, but still I will go ahead and enable the checkbox called edit read only fields. Clear?
Yes.
Now because of this field, I will be able to edit the fields even though I made it as a read only at the field level security level. I have enabled, okay? See, now I will log in as that user. Now click on accounts. I will open anything. Ignore. I will open the record that owned by this particular user only. So why I am trying to edit the field? Only the field that is okay. Now, if you see, let me refresh this. Okay. See, now I am able to edit the annual revenue. Clear?
So what happened to last record? Last record?
Yeah, last record. The reason is okay. So I see. We need to discuss about sharing settings. Okay. So if you see, 1 minute. Where is this? Okay. So if you see, annual revenue is able to edit, right? Is able to edit, right? Okay. So the reason is I will discuss. There is okay. So there is something that we need to discuss on account owner thing. That's called sharing settings. But as of now, your mind and focus should be on the whether he is able to edit the field, even though I made it as a read only. Okay, at the particular. Sorry, why I have enabled? Sorry, enabled. Okay, though I made it as edit access. Sorry, removed the edit access, but still I am able to edit it. The reason is I have enabled this edit read only fields. Clear? If I uncheck this one and then if I uncheck edit access, then I will not be able to edit the field which do not have the edit access. Clear? Or do you have any confusion on this?
No.
Okay. Now, so I need to log out as this user first. Now I will uncheck that. Now we are clear. So that's the reason I also given you the help. I mean Salesforce help document so that you can better understand it. Okay. So but that's the explanation of the Salesforce help document. Now let's focus on the. We completed this. See disabling the edit access on the annual revenue field of the account is just a sample example. You can do the same thing for any different profile, for any different standard or custom object, and as what are the fields that you would like to restrict. So for example, if you want so and so field as a very important field and you don't want some ABCD profile users to edit it at any cost, then you need to remove this checkbox for those profile users, and then at the profile field level security level, so where you need to go, field level security section. So on this, what are the on which object you have that field to be restricted, go to that object and click on the view, and what fields to be restricted, then you click on the edit and uncheck this edit access, and you are clear on the FLS, right? Okay. Now let's move further. So I mean same applicable for any standard or custom object fields. Okay, so there is no confusion. So okay, so just annual revenue is just a single example. That's it. Now let's go to the standard object permissions again. Okay, so now we need to focus on what do you mean by view all records, what do you mean by modify all records. Ignore about view all fields later. I mean ignore about this one. Okay. So now in order to so you are clear on read, create, edit, delete. Now in order to discuss about these two things under data administration section, so we need to discuss something called sharing settings. So then only we will understand this one better. Otherwise, it will be confusing. Okay. Now go to the setup and type the sharing settings. See, we need to understand these sharing settings and this standard object permission, view all records and modify all records together. Otherwise, it will be confusion. So now, if you see sharing settings, so it is actually trying to explain that it's actually your organization sharing settings. That means our org sharing settings. Okay. So what this actually specifies, level of access your users have to each other's data. What do they mean by each other's data? That I will explain you. Okay. So when they say each other's data, what do you mean by each other's data? So what do they mean by each other's data? You need to understand this. Okay. So when I open any standard or custom object record, so you have something called field called owner field. So if I am the owner, okay, for example, Nanda is the owner, okay. So then I call it as a my record, okay. Now if maybe Guru Teja is owner, okay, that is other person's record, like ownership, okay. So this guy is saying in this description, so using the sharing settings, I can actually see the records owned by Guru Teja. So if I log into Salesforce R, and if I open any account record, okay, if that account record is owned by Guru Teja, but still I will be able to see it. Or else, for example, I don't want to see any account record owned by Guru Teja. I want to see only the account records that are owned by me. Clear?
Okay.
For example, if I log in, if wherever you see owner as my name, for example, my name is user access policy, I should be able to see only those records. Got it? I don't want to see any other account records owned by different user. Maybe in this case, Gautam. Okay. I don't want to see those things. Okay. So those things we can control. That's what this guy is saying. Okay. We can actually control the access of your users. Access your users have to each other's data. Each other means, for example, if I am the owner, I should be able to see only the records that I am the owner of. Okay. Or else I want to see my ownership records and also your ownership records. Those things that we can control. Are you clear on the explanation of the introduction? Of the sharing settings? Basically, based on the ownership of the record, whether we should be able to restrict only the record that I am the owner of, I should be able to see, or irrespective of the ownership of the record, I should be able to see other records. I mean, other records which are owned by different users than my ownership records. Are you clear, or am I making you any confusion here?
No.
We'll see the demo, but that is a simple explanation part. Okay. Now, let's focus on any one example. For example, so we have though we have the 4 columns here. Don't focus on the default external access and don't focus on the grant access. Grant access using hierarchies. Only focus on the object and default internal access. Okay. Now, what I will do, I will take an example called lead. Okay, lead example I will take. So if I edit it, okay. So if I edit it, so we have 4 options here. Okay. So now focus on the private. What do you mean by private? Okay. So private means only in normal any interviews, it's a common interview question. Okay, so can you please explain about the sharing model, or can you please explain the OWD? So when you encounter that question, you should be able to tell him that. So these are the OWD. So OWD means organization-wide sharing defaults. Basically, organization-wide defaults, you can say OWD. It's a short form. So where we can control the record visibility based on the ownership. So that's a simple explanation you should be able to give. Now, we need to also, we should not stop there. Okay, we should also explain. So how can we control the record visibility based on the different default internal access values that we have? So what do you mean by if I put private? Okay, so when you have the OWD as private means okay, so only the, see, since it is for lead object that I am explaining, okay, so I will be able to see the lead records owned by me only, okay, but I won't be able to see the lead records where ownership is not on my name. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Are you clear on explanation? Now we will see. Now, before making it as private, I will make few lead records as owner as me, and I will make few other lead records as owner as Govardhan. Okay. Now let me go to the lead records. So let's check the ownership. Okay, ownership. See, wherever I see owner UACC, that is, I mean, user access is actually owner name. I mean, login user name. Okay, so login user. I'm the owner. So I will randomly take 2 or 3 records. Okay, I will make the Govardhan as a ownership. Okay, so all the lead records currently I am the owner. That is a user access. Now randomly I will take 2 3 records. I will make the different user as a owner. Okay, different as a owner. So I will note down what are the records that I made other user as a owner. Okay, for this user I am going to make it as a different owner. Okay, and for this lead also I will make it as different. Why I'm in now? Okay, tracking it down for the demo purpose. Okay, now I will update the ownership for this records. Now if you see, while updating the ownership, if you click on the send notification email, and if you click on the change owner, this guy will receive the email confirmations, I mean email notification saying that so and so lead record has been assigned on your name. Okay, like that. Okay, so click on the change owner. So why I'm making it, then you will understand after a few minutes you will understand it better. Now I will go ahead and make this as a private. Now, when you make this as a private, okay, so there is one thing that we need to focus here. Okay, so let's go to the all marketing admin. Okay, for now I will remove the view all modifier. Okay, view all modifier. Okay, view all modifier only I will put the read, create, edit, delete. Okay, 4 options. Why I have removed, I will explain you later. So as of now, I just remove the checkboxes for last 3 records. Okay, now click on the set. Now I made this as a lead settings. I made it as a private, and I removed the view all modifier. Okay, any confusion so far? Private. Now I will log in as, okay, since see I am already the owner of the record. Okay, so whether I will be able to see all the records. I mean, so where I am not the owner. Okay, so I am not the owner here. So I'll see, but still I am able to see it. Why? The reason is my profile, which is system administrator. Okay, see, I removed the view all modifier not on my profile. I removed it on the marketing admin. But if I go to my profile, so I have the view all modify all on the lead object record. Okay, so that means, so even though when we have the private, so what I said, so when I have the private, so only the owner of the record can see that lead records. But still, though I am not the owner of this lead record, I'm still able to see. Okay, I'm still able to see other ownership records, because at my profile level, I have a few things called view all data. That is true. That means irrespective of the ownership, I can see all the records data. And also in standard object permission, see, I removed the view all modify all at the marketing admin profile, but not for system administrator profile. So whenever I have this is my profile, logged into the profile. Since I have the view all modify records and I have the view all data, irrespective of whether I am the ownership or not, because of this view all records and modify records, I will be able to see it. Okay. Now what I have done in another profile called all marketing admin, I removed the view all modifier for lead object records. That means when I log in as this user, since this user do not have the view all data checkbox, okay, view all data checkbox, and also this user do not have the view all modify all. Okay, so he won't be able to see any lead record where he is not the owner of, because we have made this OWD as a private. Clear? See, at the profile level, you need to focus on. So you need to focus on, if you have view all at a profile level, okay, for any standard or custom object, irrespective of OWD settings, you will be able to see all records, because you have the view all permission at the profile level. If your profile do not have view all at the profile level, I mean, if your profile do not have the view all checkbox at the profile level, then if you log in as that user, okay, let me log in as this user. Where is that? This guy, marketing admin. So this is a marketing admin. Go to the login. Now you log in as this one. Now we will see whether he is able to see all the lead records or only the lead records where he is the owner. Clear? Got it? Now let's go to the leader. Click on the list view and let's see all the lead records. Okay, all open leads or any leader. See, why is not able to see all the records? Why is able to see only the records where he is the owner of? Because this profile user do not have view all permission. Okay, and OWD setting as a private. So whenever we have the private, means okay, that user will be able to see the records where he is the owner of, as long as his profile do not have a view all checkbox enabled at standard object permission level. Okay, clear?
Yes.
So if you do not have view all permission at your profile level, and if your OWD is private, then you will be able to see only the records that you are owner of. But for example, even though if you have the private at OWD, but your profile is having the view all permission, okay, then irrespective of the OWD, you will be able to see all the things because you have the view all permission. So basically, view all means irrespective of OWD, you will be able to see all the records where you are not owner of. Clear? Any confusion on this? View all means? Any
No.
small confusion, I will repeat it. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, for example, in my profile level, for example, in my system, sorry, not system. Okay, so system administrator has the all capability like view all data and also view all modifier. Okay. Now, for example, the profile associated with Govardhan Raj, it's a marketing admin. If I don't have, for example, if I log out in this as user, for example. Now let me go back to this profile and go to the standard object permission. Okay. Now if I see, now what I told just now. So if I have the OWD as private, I will be able to see all the records that I am owner of. But in OWD, along with the view all, for example, along with the I remove the view all records. That's the reason I am able to see only the owner. I mean only the records where I am the owner of. For example, if I uncheck the read permission also, see I have made it as a OWD as private. So that is the reason Govardhan is able to see only the lead records where he is the owner. So till that point we are clear. But on the profile marketing admin that is related to Govardhan profile, if I remove the read permission also, though he has the private, if I remove the read permission on the object, profile level, he will not be able to see the records, his ownership records also. Clear?
Okay.
Now, see, minimum read permission he should have. See, if I don't have the give the read permission, okay, read permission at the profile level, irrespective of the OWD, he will not be able to see the records. See, minimum read permission he should be able to see his ownership record also. Clear?
Okay.
Now let me demo that to you. I will remove the read permission, minimum read permission also for the Govardhan related read permission also I removed. Now, so now I will save it and I will log in as the Govardhan. So now he will not be able to see the lead records where he is the owner also. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, now let's log in as. You should not be, because at the profile level, see, by this we need to remember that profile level settings will take the precedence compared to the sharing rules. Clear? That means OWD. See, I don't see the lead tab here itself because I removed the read permission itself. Clear?
Okay.
Now again you log out as this user. Now we are clear. Now I log out as this user. Now, so in order to see his ownership records also, he need to have the minimum read permission. That we are clear. But if we don't have the view all permission, he will be able to see only the records that he is the owner of. That's it. Try to understand it. If you have confusion, please let me know. I will repeat it again. Now, we understood what you mean by private. So, Govardhan is able to see only the lead records where he is the owner. That till that point we are clear. Now edit this one. Sorry, cancel this one. Now he is not at all able to see other ownership records. Okay. Now if I make this as a view all, he will be able to see my ownership record also. If I enable this one. Okay. Now I already demoed it to you by logging in as Govardhan without enabling this one. Now I will enable this one and I will log in as this user and I will show you the capability of this profile assigned user. You will be able to see my ownership record also. Clear?
Yes.
I will click on view all. So just observe this one. So check these boxes with this column. I mean this column. If you want users to with this profile to have view access to all the records of selected object, regardless of the sharing settings. That means that's what we discussed just now, right? Sharing settings. So irrespective of the settings, I mean that is a ownership. If you want all, if this assigned profile users want to see all the records irrespective of the ownership, then we need to enable this one. Okay, I am enabling. Now if I log in as this user now, he will be able to see other ownership recording also because of this viewer permission. Okay.
Okay.
Leader. See, along with these 3 records that he is owner of, we should be able to see other records also. See, he is able to see not only this. See, if I remove that view all, he will be able to see only these things. Okay, because of private permission. Private. Though we have private at the profile level, since I have given the view all, so you will be able to see the records where the other person is also owner of. Clear so far?
Yes.
Now, we need to, let me try to edit the record where he is the owner of one record, this guy, okay? And I will also try to edit where he is not the owner of. Clear?
Okay.
So, I log in as Govardhan, I opened a record where Govardhan is owner, and also I opened a record where Govardhan is not owner of. This guy is not the Govardhan. Now, let me try to edit the record where he is the owner, record where he is the owner of. Now, let me put 1, 2, 3, 4 is the title. Now, he is able to edit the record where he is the owner of. Now, let me try to edit the record where he is not the owner. Okay. See, he is not able to edit the record where he is not the owner. Clear?
Okay.
That means when we give view all permission at the profile level and private at the OWD. So basically we are telling to the system that he should be able to see only the records of other users, but he should not be able to modify the records of other ownership records. Clear? So by this we can say that if we give the private at OWD and view all records at the profile level, standard object permission, the user will be able to see other records where other people are owner of, but he will not be able to edit the records where he is not the owner of. Clear?
Yes.
Now, what happens to this marketing admin profile if I give the modifier? If I give the modifier, we are giving a special permission, allowing him to edit the records where he is not the owner also. As of now, we are giving them, he can see the records where he is not the owner. But if I give the modifier along with the viewing of the records where he is not the owner, he can also modify the records where he is not the owner. Clear?
Okay.
So that means if I log in as this profile user, he will be able to see the records. Okay. So edit. Now he is able to see the records, but he will also be able to edit the records where he is not the owner of. That means he can also edit the lead records where this guy is not the owner. Clear? For example, if I give the modify all, he will be able to edit the record where user access policy user is the owner. Clear? Now,
Yes.
as of now, you will not be able to edit it. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it is not, because we have given only view only.
Yes, non-modified.
So OWD we have only private. Clear?
Yes.
Now, let me log out as this user and try to give the view all and log in as that user. Then we will check whether he is able to edit the record where he is not the owner of the record. Clear?
Okay.
No? Over this profile user. Sorry, I need to edit this one. Give modifier also. So previously, I hope you remember the error that I got when I tried to modify the record where I am not the owner. Now I should not be able to get that error. So See this guy, this Keith Sidner, okay, he is not the, see, login user Govardhan Ras and lead owner is different. Now I will try to edit the record where I am not the owner, okay, so where this guy is not the owner, okay, so this lead record is a different owner. Now let me try to edit it. Just something. See, I am able to edit it because I have given this profile user modify all, okay, that's a super permission. Clear?
Okay. Yeah, clear.
Now, so when you have the conflicting between OWD and private profile level standard object permissions, the precedence is I mean profile level standard permissions is taking the precedence. Clear?
Mm-hmm.
Now we understood what do you mean by private at the sharing settings means if we have the private, then only the owner of the record will be able to see their records as long as they don't have the view all records, modify all records permission, and we are clear on that. Okay,
Yes.
right. Now if I edit this one, and if I give public read only, okay, so that means he will be able to see his records. He will also be able to see other ownership record also, even though if I don't give the view all records. If I give public read only here, I don't need to give the view all records at the profile level. Clear?
Okay.
Yes.
When you give the public read only, that means the user will be able to see his records. Also, he will be able to see other records of other records which are where he is not the owner of also. That means this permission eliminates the need to give the view all records at the profile level. Even though now if you don't give the view all records at the profile level, if you give this public read only, any user, any profile user within the Salesforce, any profile user who has the minimum read access, will be able to see not only his ownership records but other ownership records also. For example, if you have 10 lead records where Jyoti is owner of, 10 lead records where I am the owner of, and 10 records where Gurtej is owner of. If I log in, I will be able to see records owned by you. Okay, because of the profile sharing settings level, sorry, OWD level itself, I am giving the public read only. Though if I don't have the view all records, I will be able to see not only my ownership records, other ownership records also. Clear?
Mm-hmm.
Now I have this one. Now at the profile level, I will remove the view all, modify all, and I will show you that. Okay. At the permission, so I will remove the view all, modify all also. So this 1, 2, 3, 4 as for that delete, view all, modify all, remove. Now I remove the view all, modify all. At the profile level, I have given the public read only. Okay. Now log out as this is already logged out. Now log in as this is. See, I am able to see not only my ownership records, other ownership records also, because though I haven't given the view all records here, okay, I am still able to see all the records because of this permission. Clear? Any confusion on this?
No.
But since I don't have modify all, since I don't have, I am seeing only public read only, I should not be able to edit the records where I am not the ownership. Clear?
Okay.
See, you will be able to edit the records, other ownership records, if you have the modify all permission at the profile level. Okay, you don't have modifier, that means you should not be able to at sharing level, sharing settings level, you are giving only public read only. So that means he will be able to edit the records where he is the owner of, but he should not be able to records where he is not the owner of. For example, I am opening one record where he is the owner of, should be able to edit the record, because at sharing settings level, sorry, profile level, we have given the read edit permission. That means you will be able to edit only the records that where is owner of. Okay, see, this Govinda is the owner, should be able to edit it, and where other, this record is not owner of. Oh, this guy Govardhan is not the owner of this record. You should not be able to edit this one. Clear? Because we don't have the modifier permission, and in sharing settings level, I am giving the only public read only. That means public read only means he can only read the other ownership records. Clear?
Yes.
Oh. Now, let me refresh it. Now we have one more permission called public read write. When you give public read write, even though if you don't give the modifier permission at the profile level, you are giving permission to all profile users wherever they have minimum edit access. Not modifier, minimum edit access if they have, they will be able to not only their ownership records, they will be able to edit the records owned by different user also. Clear?
Okay.
About it, or you would like to explore this one? I understood what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Irrespective of the owner, even though I'm not the owner of the record, if I have the public read write, I will be able to edit the not only, I will be able to edit the records where I'm not the owner also.
So by default, it is used to be like this only, like public read and write, or what?
Depends. See, each company have, for each and every object, they have their own different default internal access set up as per their policies.
Okay.
Depends. It's not very dynamic. For each and every company have their own set of security model setup. Okay, clear?
Okay.
Now, I don't need modifier permission now to edit the records where I'm not the owner of. As simple as that. Clear? So when you have the, for example, if you have the public read only, okay, public read only. For example, if you have public read only, that means any profile user who has a minimum read permission will be able to see all the records where he is not the owner of also. That we are doing. Okay, so if you give public read write, irrespective of the view or modifier, you will be able to edit the records where he is not the owner of also. Minimum requirement is that you should have the minimum edit access at this basic level, basic access. You will be able to edit the other ownership records also. You have the public read write.
Okay.
Clear, right? See, though it feels very easy for now to understand, but when it comes to real time, you may feel some sort of confusion. So that's the reason I recommend you to play around with this OWD, sharing settings and profile level. Okay.
Okay.
So we are clear on the data administration view modifier. What do you mean by sharing settings? Okay. I want to extend this class, but if I extend this class, it will be clumsy. You may feel confused. I will stop it here. In the next class, we will go ahead and discuss about the sharing rules.
Okay.
Sharing rules. Okay, there are two types of sharing rules called ownership based and criteria based. So when we need to go for the sharing rules, that we will discuss later. Okay. So as of now, we need to focus